Good afternoon, y'all. Thank you so much for watching The Farm and Pastor's Wife. I'm so glad you're here. Today we're making a dessert, and we're making kind of a North Carolina classic dessert, probably a southern dessert, and it may be worldwide. I don't know, but we're making tonight or today a pig picking cake. So join me as we make a pig picking cake. Hey guys, I just wanted to tell you in this video, I want to go ahead and apologize. You will hear a beeping in the background. I am sorry. It's when our power goes out, our house alarm starts to beep, and it takes us forever to get it stopped. So I apologize. Just see if you can ignore any beeping that you might hear in the background. Okay, y'all. So what's a pig picking cake? Just in case you don't know, pig picking cakes got their name from going to a pig picking. And a pig picking is where they would roast a pig on a fire or a grill or whatever, and you would pick the most tender parts of the meat, and it was like a barbecue. It was like a cookout type thing. And so this was a dessert that came from that people would just make and take to these pig pickings. I got this recipe out of our state magazine, which is the North Carolina State Magazine. So there's actually two different kinds of icing you can use. You can use a cream cheese icing, but I think the whipped cream icing is probably more traditional, so that's what we're doing. And it starts with the greatest thing in the world, a box cake mix. How easy is that? So we're going to get started making a southern classic, and I'm sure it's in other parts of the world too, the United States too, but we're making a pig picking cake, and we're going to get started. I'm going to gather my ingredients, and we'll be right back. Okay, y'all, so the first thing we have is you need an 11-ounce can. I could not find an 11-ounce can. This one is 15 ounces. So I didn't use quite all of it. I saved a few. It's mandarin oranges. I saved a few of the segments to go on the icing at the top. And you want to use the juice as well. So in the bottom of this, I have some juice and some orange segments left. The rest I've put in this bowl here. And I've used my cabbage chopper, my pecan chopper, whatever you want to call it, to chop these up into smaller pieces. So to this, we're going to go ahead and add our cake mix. My oven is preheating to 350 right now as we speak. We're going to add this cake mix. This is a butter cake mix. We're going to add that in there. And I'm just going to take a whisk, and I want to get some of the lumps out. This is the bowl that has that terrible sound when the whisk hits it. Sorry, guys. Okay, so to this, we're going to add 4 eggs, and I'm just going to put them in one at a time, but then beat them when I get them all in there. You can use a hand mixer for this cake, but it's easy enough. You can just use your hand and whisk. All right. 4 eggs have gone in. I'm going to just break them up a little bit. And now I'm going to start whisking the whole cake. All right, and to that, going to add 1/4 cup of oil. And y'all, that is as easy as it gets. I'm holding the whisk this way because my hand has been cramping today. Okay. All right. So let's get our pan out and get it sprayed and ready. The oven is still preheating. Here's my pan. Okay. Y'all, I'm gonna have to run some water over my hand. Sorry guys, my hand went to cramping and I couldn't do anything. All right, so we are going to take this cake mix and pour it in our pan. And that's how easy this cake mix is. And I'm going to wash this bowl, and then we'll get ready to work on the icing. When this comes out, I'm going to put this in a 350-degree oven for about 20 minutes. And we'll check it, and if it needs to stay in a little longer, we can always leave it longer. But that's how easy this cake is. We're going over to some friend's house tonight, and she's actually helping me. My friend is helping me work on some merchandise for you guys. A lot of you have been asking for merchandise, some t-shirts and stuff. So she's actually working on designing those for me, and so we're going to go talk about that. And so anyway, as soon as my oven gets to 350, we're going to put this in. Anyway, and this is what I'm taking to her house tonight. She's got some really cute designs, and I can't wait for you to see them. So anyway, let me get this in the oven. I'll bring you back when it comes out, and then we'll start working on the icing. Okay, y'all, here is this absolutely beautiful cake. I did test it in the center, and it is done. It took 20 minutes exactly. So, yeah. So we're just going to let it out to burn myself. We're going to let it cool, and as soon as it cools, we'll get ready to ice it. We'll let it cool a little bit. I may set it somewhere with a fan. Okay, guys, I got the cake out of the oven. I sat it in the office area under a fan, and it is completely cool and ready. So now we're going to start on the icing. I'm going to get my whisk. I'm going to get the Cool Whip, and I'll be right back. Okay, so we're going to use a 16-ounce tub of Cool Whip. And I'm just going to go ahead and scoop this into my bowl here. And we're also going to use a 3-ounce package of vanilla pudding. They did not have, I've got this at my Walmart pickup, and they substituted the big thing of Jell-O for the 3-ounce. So I'm actually going to just use half of it, or a little more than half, actually. We're going to use a little more than half. So I'm going to put this in here. Okay, we'll try that, and I'm going to just fold that in. And you can actually use a hand mixer if you wanted to. I'm just doing this really quickly because we got to go. Going to see our friends. And I'm going to add one more thing to this as soon as I get all that pudding mixed in there. All right, I'm just going to give it a quick little taste. I want to be sure it's no grip. No grip. Let me wash my hands. I'll be right back. Okay, and I'm going to add a can of crushed pineapple that I have drained. We're going in. We're going to fold that in. Okay, guys, let's ice this cake. And then we'll head out the door. And I will do the taste test at our friend's house. Now, I could take this cake out of the pan and ice it down the sides and everything, but I do not have a square cake carrier. I mean, I have a cake carrier, but I don't have the square, you know, the cardboard thing to set the cake on, actually. You could actually do this as layer cakes. You could do this in round cake pans and make it a layer cake. But we're just doing this easy style today. I'm going to have to clean up the edges. And I'm going to put plenty on here because the tin foil is probably going to pull some of it off since I'm traveling with it. All right. Here comes Ozzy. He's going to miss tasting it. You know, I'll cut you a piece before we leave. I'll cut you a piece.
Don't take a half a cake there, Hez.
Huh? I'm not. I'm just going to take the whole cake, all but one piece missing. All right. So now we're going to take, I'm going to use my lid to my Cool Whip, and I'm going to pour out those mandarin oranges. The few that I saved out. And I'm not really going to put these in any certain pattern. I'm just going to sprinkle them on. Okay, there we go. Now let me cut Isaac a piece and we'll see what he thinks. Okay, I'm just going to cut this little corner piece down here. Okay, let me call him in here and we'll give it a taste. He's all worried because he's in his work clothes because he's been working at the farm. But here, you've never had a pig picking cake, I don't think.
No, but I like mandarin oranges.
He likes mandarin oranges.
I'm going to take it with this bite. I don't know if I'm supposed to. Is it like angel food cake?
No, it's just it's a butter cake.
Very light.
Very light. Fluffy.
That's good. That icing's fluffy too.
Mm-hmm. Can I taste it?
No.
Please? He said no. He told his mama no. It does kind of taste like an angel food cake. Y'all, that's really good. There you go. Now we'll get Bryant to taste it at our friend's house and see what he thinks there. But picking cake at its best. We'll see you at our friend's, and I'll get Bryant to give it a taste there. I'm gonna wrap it up and stick it in the refrigerator until we leave. But as soon as we leave, we're getting it out, and yeah, this is a good cake. Good cake. I'll see you in just a minute at our friend's house. Okay, guys, so he couldn't wait.
Hey, guys.
So I won't be filming at our friend's house.
We're going to be filming here.
He couldn't wait because Isaac was raving over it and talking about how good it was, so Daddy wanted to taste it.
I got to try it. So here we go.
The icing is really thick.
Looks fluffy. All right, here we go. What else it got in it? Cool Whip.
Don't smack too much.
Pineapple?
Pineapple's in the icing.
Is there a nut?
No nut.
No nut?
But you probably could put a nut in there.
I bet you could put a couple pecans in there.
Especially in the icing.
Really good. That is really good.
Really good. Oh, really good.
Very light.
Exactly what Isaac said.
Refreshing.
This is why it's a great barbecue outside dessert.
Was it easy to do?
Very easy.
It's a keeper.
It's a keeper.
Whose recipe was it?
It came out of Our State magazine. Oh. But it's a vintage recipe.
Vintage recipe.
I mean, it's been around for years.
Y'all see my boo-boo? Yep. Had a little accident today. We won't talk about it. Just had a little accident.
I'll tell y'all about it on the next video.
I was being young and dumb on a four-wheeler. That's all we'll say.
It could have been worse.
Could have been worse. Praise the Lord, He didn't let me get hurt any more than just my pride and a few scrapes.
And the sad part is nobody was watching him be cool, young and dumb.
And a broke wrist.
It's not broke.
It is sore though.
It is hurting him. Yeah. But nobody was even watching him, so he was being young and dumb for nothing. And
I called him. I called Leslie, no response. I called Isaac, no response. I'm out here rolling around in the driveway.
Isaac sees him. He goes out. He's coming in from the kitchen and he says, Daddy's just rolled the four-wheeler.
So I get up and I take a picture of it because they ain't going to believe this. So, guys, hope you enjoyed this cake. It's a great little feast to have at barbecues. But in all seriousness, we do thank the Lord for protecting me while I was being stupid. And we thank the Lord for protecting you. Because every day, somehow, He guides and protects you. And you never know that. And the Bible says sometimes we're entertaining angels and we have no idea. Yep. So we thank the Lord for protection over you as well as us. So anyway, we hope you enjoyed this recipe. Click the description down below if you want to make it. It'll have all the details in it. And let me end by saying this. If perhaps you send us a personal friend request on Facebook, send us a message too that says, hey,
I'm a viewer.
I'm a viewer on the Farming Pastor's Wife. Because our thing is simply this. If we don't know the people, we usually don't accept a request because there's all kind of scams
and people out there.
All kind of stuff out there. So we steer clear of all that if we don't know you. But if you want to be our friend on Facebook, we don't mind putting you on our personal page.
Just tell us you watch us.
Just send us a message. Say, hey, I watch you guys on the Farming Pastor's Wife. We'll add you. We don't care if you see our Facebook page and all that stuff. We're transparent. We are what you see, and what you see is what you get.
We just don't want any viruses or links or any crazy
exactly right.
stuff.
There's all kind of junk out there. So, but anyway, thank you guys for joining in. We hope you like the recipe, and we hope you enjoy it. Make it. Let us know. Matter of fact, you will get tomorrow. I think tomorrow you're getting the barbecue.
Yeah, you'll see this one first and then the barbecue after that.
And so she's got some good videos coming up for you. So, all right, guys, thank you for watching The Farming Pastor's Wife here. Click the subscribe, the bell notification so you get all the good videos. Keep sharing them on your personal Facebook page. We appreciate all that. So thank you all very much. And remember,
if the grease is hot enough, you can fry anything.
Bye,
Bye,
guys.
y'all.